A disturbing incident on the high seas in the Bahamas. Defense Force officers protecting our borders attacked by foreign fishermen. Good Tuesday evening, Bahamas. I'm Altaviz Munnings, and this is the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. The mandate of the Royal Bahamas Defense Force is firm, with their works expanding over many miles of territorial waters. For years, the country has been battling a poaching issue, but being attacked on the high seas is a rare occurrence. As news spread about the attack, it instantly brought back memories of the 1980 bombing of the HMBS Flamingo by Cuban fighters that caused the lives of 4 young Bahamians. Well, today, national security officials, along with the acting Commodore of the Defense Force, updated the media on this serious incident. Clint Watson leads us off this evening.
13 members of the Royal Bahamas Defense Force facing a life-threatening ordeal on Monday evening around 8 p.m. when their patrol craft, HMBS Cascarilla, was fired upon by a suspected poaching vessel from the Dominican Republic. National Security Minister, the Honorable Dr. Bernard Nottage, says the ship was in the Key Lobos area, that's in the Great Bahama Bank, southwest of the capital, when the drama unfolded.
The crew of the Cascarilla launched its seaboat in an attempt to board the Dominican vessel, whereupon they were fired upon. The crew of the Cascarilla returned fire. Subsequently, the Cascarilla engaged in the Dominican vessel in hot pursuit south of the Key Lobos area, near the southern limits of the Great Bahama Bank. The chase continued towards Cuban territorial waters. The suspect vessel eventually entered Cuban waters, and Cascarilla therefore called off the chase.
None of the officers were injured. However, it's not known the status of the persons aboard the suspected vessel. The Cuban border guard was informed about the foreign vessel entering their waters. Prior to this incident, 2 Dominican nationals on board 2 fishing skiffs in the Key Lobos area were taken into custody. HMBS Cascarilla is continuing to patrol the area, with HMBS Durward Knowles now joining the patrol.
Reports received from a Bahamian fishing vessel in the area indicate that the suspect vessel may have been in company with 2 other Dominican vessels.
Acting Commodore Bethel says thanks to the Sandy Bottom project and the acquisition of new vessels like this one, they're able to have better surveillance of the archipelago of islands. And in this case, it's working.
Over the years, there's been real concerns about the depletion of our fisheries resources by Dominican poachers. Based on the reports I've received from the local fishermen, the Defense Force seems to have had some degree of success in that reported sightings have been significantly reduced.
These poachers significantly impact the yield from our waters and, as a domino effect, impact local fishermen yields.
In June of this year, the Defense Forces was successful in apprehending a Dominican fishing vessel, which resulted in the confiscation of some 8,000 pounds of fisheries products, and resulted in those Dominicans being charged before the courts.
As to why our Defense Force, with its state-of-the-art new fleet, was not able to apprehend the poachers.
Upon sighting the vessel, the Defense Force vessel gave chase, and during that time, that vessel was seeking to enter the territorial boundaries of another country, which is out of our jurisdiction.
Acting Commodore Tellis Bethel says the new satellite bases throughout the Bahamas allow better monitoring and patrolling of the waters. He says this, complemented with the increased fleet, allows for better monitoring of poachers, illegal migrants, firearm smuggling, and fish violations, and other offenses on the high seas. Now, the Foreign Affairs Minister is already in Dominican Republic on other business. He's been communicated to by the National Security Minister on the issue and asked to bring it up with the authorities there. Meantime, an official investigation has been launched into this issue by law enforcement authorities. It is the heroic efforts of our officers that were able to ward off the attacks of would-be intruders who continue every day to protect our borders. Aboard the Lignum Vitae, I'm Clint Watson, ZNS Network News.